Towards the end of October we met up at Aberfoyle for a group gravel ride. It was a lovely fresh morning and with a very healthy attendance of 17 enthusiasts. This video will take on our circular route which passed Loch Drunkie, Loch Achray, Loch Katrine, Loch Arklet, Loch Chon and Loch Arklet. For a wee change we decided to head towards the Duke's Pass climb from the east, passing the Dunan centre rather than climbing the road before cutting into the forest. I woke up on the day with a cold getting worse, and if I hadn't organised this ride I don't think that I would have gone out. That being said, I was really pleased that I did. As is almost always the case, we had a number of well-kent faces with a few debutantes. As we hit the bottom of the Dukes, I advised everyone to select their granny gear and settle in for a bit, as it's essentially a 3-mile climb. Having been rather rudely heated up in the climb, you then get to enjoy a nice flowy descent. After a couple of miles you skirt Loch Drunkie. This is a lovely wee body of water, and I got in front of the lads to get the drone up.
I'll just step up the top of the hill and I'll be okay. Yeah.
As with so many things, it's all about timing, and unfortunately by the time the lads appeared, the sun had dropped in behind the cloud. As this was officially the last day of British summertime, we really noticed the autumnal colours coming through, which were especially spectacular when the sun was shining on them. It was good to see Big Andy back out with us again on a new steed, a Surly which is surprisingly another geared bike. This puzzled me a little, as he pretty much seems to just grind away without using them. Maybe he forgets that they're there. Having lost another couple of 100 feet, we skirted Loch Achray for around a mile. This little single-track section which rolls through the trees takes you over to the A821 which runs between Aberfoyle and Loch Katrine. After about half a mile on the road, you cut in towards the Achray Hotel and cycle through the woods behind it. This is a rolly wee section which looks very yellow in the summertime when the gorse is in bloom. I'd like to thank everyone for all the support of the channel, it really is most appreciated. If you're enjoying this video, please consider giving it a like, dropping a comment and subscribing to the channel which is free. That way you'll be advised anytime I post a video and won't miss any future invites. If you'd like to follow any of these routes, you can pick up the GTX files by following me on Strava at Douglas-Gilligan RACC or on Commute at SpecializedDoug.
Oh yeah! Lunatic, I thought that was can't be, it's too scary. Big man, how you doing son, you alright? Good to go?
We met up with Big John and Biscuits at Loch Katrine. John hasn't been out with us for a while, having had a titanium knee fitted, but he has lost around 3.5 stone and is building up his fitness after his operation. The carrot for the big chap on the day was a bowl of Cullen skink for his lunch. Biscuits had a successful debut and hopefully we'll see him back out with us again soon as well.
Glasgow's drinking water.
This was our route for the day which took us from the Duke's Pass round the north shore of Loch Katrine and back to Aberfoyle via Loch Chon and Loch Arklet, and which takes in some quite spectacular scenery. about 13 miles from the Loch Katrine car park to the Pier Cafe at Loch via the northern shore. This is via a tarmac cycle path and can probably be completed on a road bike, with the exception of the single track section which skirts the shoreline, but that is an optional part of the route. Travelling west-east along the north shore, you're mostly climbing. There are some fairly fast sections and some flowy descents, but these are earned through a couple of quite long, challenging and draggy climbs. This is the optional section of Singletrack which I was talking about. We've always taken it since it was pointed out to us by Malky Walker. Malky has been a little under the weather recently and hopefully will have the pleasure of his company on a ride in the not too distant future. I did speak to him on the way home and I'm pleased to be able to report that he is feeling a wee bit better. Thankfully the brambles have died away a little since we were last here at the height of the summer, and I managed to complete the track with all my blood on the inside of my body.
Oh, it's stunning.
The weather on the day was mostly sunny, but the westerly wind was against us as we headed for the northwestern tip of the loch. We did get quite a bit of shelter in the trees, but there are a few wee exposed sections where you're heading into it. I was a little surprised at how quiet the cycle path was, considering that it was such a nice day. This wooded section at the northwest corner of the loch is always pretty to cycle, especially if it's sunny.
When we turn that wind should be in our favour to a wee bit too. I'll tuck in behind you.
With a little bit of a tailwind when we turned at the head of the loch and pedalled towards our lunch.
Out with the lights on, June, maybe.
You tend to see so few cars when gravel riding that you almost forget about them, so Postman Pat appearing here gave me a bit of a fright. I'd booked a reservation at the Loch Pier Cafe for 1 PM and my estimate was pretty accurate. They have a good selection in the menu and Big John got the second last portion of his corn skink.
Safe home and don't be a stranger. Good. Good.
John and Ian set off back along Loch Katrine and I set off up the climb towards Loch Arklet before the lads, as it's so photogenic I just had to get the drone up. This loch sits between Loch Katrine and Loch Lomond, and along with Loch Katrine it's also used to supply drinking water to Glasgow. These first couple of miles after lunch are quite lumpy, which is always a challenge after stopping for a bit. Between Loch Achray and Loch Chon there are 3 single track sections. The first one's quite lumpy and they can all hold a bit of water in places.
Cheers, bike out.
On the second track I was following Frenchie when he headed into this 90-degree right-hander a little hot before disappearing into the bracken. Thankfully I emerged unscathed apart from a wee scratch in his cheek, which is unfortunately more than can be said for his sunglasses which suffered a broken leg.
Oh, Frenchie, steady, steady, steady. You alright?
Aye, I just Can't take long.
Oh man, steady. You didn't go down hard, no, you didn't bang your head.
Right. Right.
Legless.
Go legless, right you go.
Unlucky, mate.
Although Frenchie had assured me that he was okay and didn't need his glasses to see, only his sunglasses, I dropped back just to make sure he was okay. He again confirmed that he was, and I chased back on to catch up with the group. Consequently, I came into this bend a little hot myself and caught Toomey disappearing into the bracken this time. Again, thankfully he was okay, although he was lying upside down on a bank clinging onto his bike.
Oh, Jimmy! You alright? You alright? Hold on.
You want the bike out the road?
Grab my hand.
Yeah. I'll put the bike out your foot stuck there.
I'll put the bike, you grab his hand. Fucking someplace that, innit?
Little soft.
You alright?
No, Goza was.
Gonzo was losing it.
Yeah, Goza was going off and that.
From the Loch Chon section, you have two significant climbs on your way back to Aberfoyle. The first one comes towards the end of the loch, and the other takes you up above Loch Arklet. Once you crest above Loch Arklet though, you're pretty much downhill all the way back. On the day we ended up with 2 falls but no submissions, and thankfully no injuries. I suppose with so many attendees, there's always a fairly good chance of having offs or mechanicals, and it kinda goes with the uneven territory. For me, this little lock-in, which is only a couple of miles from Aberfoyle, is another very photogenic spot. I'd like to thank everyone for coming along and helping to make the day. It was great to welcome some of the guys back again, and impressive debuts were made by Alan, Rob, Stuart and Biscuits. Another great day was had by all, and a few of the lads decided we should visit a local hostelry to round the day off. In the ride by the numbers, we covered 38 miles with 3,700 feet of climbing. Thanks for watching.